Hello everyone. I'm here to address the words today of Michael Ponella. And yes, I heard the words. I heard the confidence in him, talking about how he was an elite player in fantasy sports, and talking about how, and the reasons why he left fantasy, because of my league rule changes in the past. I'll take them from back to front. When Michael J. Ponella won the championship on, which was a fluke, when a Moises Alous pop-up dropped in between the second baseman and the shortstop, giving Michael Ponella the championship in the third year of the league's existence. I gave Mike Ponella credit for a great year. We both had two dominant teams, and for that 3-year sequence, me and him, through obsession, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, making moves, staying up all night to make sure we get the players endlessly on the board, we dominated the league at that point. We were the two players that played the most, cared about it the most, and dominated the most. And he goes to say how he had, and I have it right here, the 5 core players: Pujols, Howard, Fielder, Utley, Rowland. He seems to forget and not mention the players that were on my team: David Wright, Jose Reyes, Carlos Beltran, Miguel Cabrera. These are all top players. Chris Carpenter's just coming off the Cy Young. These are all top players. He beat me by a game and a half in the regular season, and we went down to the very last play on the very last day in the finals. So yeah, he was up there, and at that point I would say yes, he was an elite player in the league that was set up. But you must remember, people weren't trying as hard back then. We had 2 teams in the league at that point that were just teams that were feeding the other teams in the league with their players. And I took advantage of it, and he took advantage of it. And that's why we were able to stack our teams. That was one of the reasons why we were able to stack our teams. And then in the first year, unbelievable move, no fluke to put Todd Zeile in. I knew the day that I went to Shea Stadium and caught a foul ball from him 2 weeks earlier that Todd Zeile was going to do something on his final game. And he did. Hit the home run, gave me the championship. There's nothing fluky about that. And you won the championship in year 3. And I thought at that point it was time, because you and me had taken over the league, that it was time for a change. It was getting too much with the trades from the players from the National League to the American League, that we had to give compensation, which is why Keith Stromstead won year 2, ran you in. That was the reason for the league change. It was both of us. And then what happened then? All of a sudden, Mike Ponella goes into a little shell and vanishes from fantasy for a couple of years. Like a little peacock who couldn't spread his wings no longer. And he wilted away into the summer heat like a willow without water. And then he finally comes back to the fantasy scene 2 years ago. And he had an okay showing. I mean, nothing elite about what he did. 4th, 5th place finish. Not really in any contention. And then last year, he embarrassed himself. I understand he wasn't there to begin the draft, but he drafted an horrific team. He made horrific trades, and then he vanished for the final 3 months of the season. Did not even sign back on to fantasy. I had to threaten him in September to make moves because it was affecting the entire league. And you're telling me that's elite? That's a person that has a passion for fantasy sports? That's an embarrassment. So you want to claim you're elite? You're the top? You beat me once on a fluke. I've won 3 fantasy baseball championships. This is what you've dreamed of getting and have never been able to procure. Now we have a guy, Sean Two Wheels, coming onto the scene, and he has shown on my thunder. And we'll take care of him this year. But my words are for you. Elite. Take a look at this.
Congratulations. He fucking put in his deal because he's fucking in his last day, I'm sure. It's just super superstitions with the fucking Mets. And he fucking gets a home run for you. Congratulations. Right now we'd be tied right now. Fucking unfucking believable. Fucking Todd Zeile, Pete shit that he is. He put him in for one fucking thing because it was the fucking last game of the season. Stupid superstitions. And he helps you out because he put him in there because you probably thought that he had to do something great. That's fucking great. What a fucking lucky play that was. Unbelievable.
Can you honestly tell me that a man that reacts like this to a loss is an elite player? Is this a guy with class and dignity? To put himself on the level of a Robert Uriel and a Sean Tuhill? Before you run your mouth and start speaking, back it up with some words. You tell me I dismembered the league because of you? You don't have that type of power. It's time now for you to shine. Here's your opportunity. You want to be elite? You want to play with the big boys? It's time now to see if you got what it takes to be elite. I'll see you again when the sun will shine once more.